In 1999, Dan Simons did a study called The Invisible Gorilla. And what he did was he asked people to watch basketball players. Some were dressed in white, some were dressed in black, and he said, watch the white team and see how many times they passed the basketball to each other. And the people watched it, and while this was happening, he had a man dressed up as a gorilla walk right in the middle of the basketball players, do a little dance, and move on. And afterwards, most of the people watching were able to tell you how many passes the white team made, but most of them did not realize the gorilla at all. And it was pretty obvious. It's not like they could have confused him. Maybe he was just a really hairy basketball player. It was obvious, but this is the power of distraction. And distraction is nothing new. It's been something that we always struggled with many years before. Even in our times in Egypt, Paro used this against us. It says in the Haggadah, "Vayavidu Mitzrayim es bnei Yisrael befarech," that the Egyptians used to put us through very hard work. And this hard work, we know, was the difficult, back-breaking work that we were constantly given to do. Think about this, says the Alexander Rebbe. How come when Paro wanted to make our job more difficult, he didn't just increase the quota of bricks that we needed to make? Instead, he kept the quota the same, but said we now need to get our own straw. He's not going to provide it. Because increasing the quota of bricks just makes the labor and our work harder. But when you take away the straw, it fills our mind with worry. Where am I going to get the straw from? What if I don't get straw? I get hay. What's the difference between hay and straw anyway? Our mind gets fully distracted with worry about where we're going to get it. And that was a technique that Paro wanted to use, that distraction in our mind of constantly keeping us busy with the work so that we don't have to think for a moment about trying to achieve freedom. And the Ramchal points out that the same technique that Paro used against us is the exact technique that today our Yetzer Hara, our evil inclination, uses against us too. By keeping us fully distracted throughout our day with so much going on, including so many worries that we fill our minds with, we don't have time and the brain space to think properly about how we can grow and improve. So let's talk about the gorilla in the room. You know what I'm talking about, the king of distraction, that rectangle thing that should stay in our pockets, our cell phone. We know how much distraction it causes us, and if you think it doesn't, you could ask the people around you and they'll tell you how much distraction it causes you. And as we head to Pesach this year, please join me in making a small commitment. Maybe we're not strong enough to delete the app completely. Maybe you're not strong enough to put it down completely or make a real drastic change. But something small, limit the amount of time that you're using it. Delay the time when you're going to start using it. Or maybe stop following that thing. Or maybe delete or mute that status. Whatever you can do on your level just to show that I am trying to free myself from the burden of the bricks of distraction. And instead, I want to taste a bit of the freedom of giving myself the brain space to really think about what's important and help myself grow. And in that merit, we should be able to all taste the real freedom and lift our cups up this Pesach and be proud of what we've accomplished and committed to so we can taste the true geula and true freedom. Wishing you all a Chag Kasher v'Sameach.